Hello. Just getting ready to get set up for a 10 a.m. little yoga class. Might have to turn my phone around though. If you're there watching, can you let me know if the phone looks good or if I need to turn it around? The little chat button on the side. I think it should be okay. All right, hey ladies, thanks for joining. Just give me a little heads up if the audio sounds okay, if my cats are cute, if it looks good. I'm gonna check too. Sideways, okay, I'm gonna fix that. All right. Thank you guys. Let's try this. All right, so I'll try to set it up so you can see. You guys can just kind of hang out, get a comfortable spot on your mat. You can close your eyes and just kind of get a little bit of breathing in, carve out a little time for some peace and quiet for the first couple minutes, and then I'll walk you through the rest. I'll just get that. All right. So just a little PSA for the live videos. You'll notice that anytime I say right, it'll be actually it'll look like it's my left arm, just so you're aware of that. I'll be saying it the right side when it's my right side doing it. It might look a little flipped in the camera, but just be aware of that and try to follow along as best as you can. All right, so we'll come to a seat on our mat. You can sit cross-legged. Close your eyes, start to breathe. Try to feel your shoulders relax down and back on every exhale. Find a little calm in the chaos there. Do a little scan from top to bottom. Relax the space between your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders down and back. Relax your legs. And just keep breathing. My cat is standing awfully close to where my phone is balanced. Good. So from here, let's just start with some gentle movement with our neck. We're going to warm it up from top to bottom so you can roll your neck side to side. You can start out nice and slow. If there's any spots that are a little tighter, just hang out there. Release any of the tension. You've probably all been looking at screens or our phones a bit more than usual. Once it starts to get a little looser, you can roll it a little quicker. Maybe even turning your half circles into full circles, drawing them big with your nose. Try to keep the back of your neck nice and long. Don't want to be hearing any crunching of your neck at all. If you're doing full circles, make sure you go to the opposite side. Continue a couple like that. Awesome. You can slowly bring your head back to the center. And then we're going to start with some shoulder rolls. So you can start towards the back, getting a little movement there. Rolling it up, down, back, and around. Get your arms into it, drawing big circles, chest opening up, elbows towards the back of the room. And then towards the front. And start nice and big. And then make your circles a little smaller. And then just wiggle it out. We're going to take our fists, press them down on our sides. See if you can just lift your bum off the ground a little bit. You can practice warming up your muscles that way. And if you want to see if you can get your whole body off the ground, you're going to press in the floor. See if you can lift your legs up. And we're going to switch the way our legs are crossed. So you can try doing that, pushing up off the ground and extending your legs, or just switch the cross of your legs. So it'll feel a little more awkward on this side. We're going to reach our arms up. Big inhale, and then fold forward. Let your head go. You can gently sway side to side here, loosening up your low back. And you can keep with that gentle sway side to side, or get a deeper stretch by walking your hands over to the left. And then you can hug your knee into your chest and bring everything in nice and close. And then gently release your hands, walk them out through the center. You can take the same option on the other side. Hug the knee in right to your chest. This is a good pose for social distancing. If you haven't been able to hug anyone lately, just hug yourself. Good. Gently release, bring your hands back to the center, sit up nice and tall, and we're going to come on over to our hands and knees in a little tabletop position. And we're going to drop our belly, lift our gaze, tailbone is up. And then you're going to start to tuck your tailbone around your upper back, tuck your chin. And from here, your toes are tucked. You're going to send your hips up into a down dog. You can get a little movement in there, readjust your feet and your hands until your back feels nice and long, tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to round into a plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Really grip the floor. Belly button stays in. And then bring your knees down. Let's go through that again. You're going to drop your belly, lift your gaze. Chest is coming through. And then you're going to start to round everything. Tuck your chin around your upper back. And then press on up to your down dog. So you can hold your down dogs here in stillness, or you can start to move a little bit, bending one leg at a time. Pressing away from both hands. And then coming forward back into your plank. Feel nice and strong there. And then you're going to drop your knees back down. Drop your belly, lift your gaze. Another cat-cow. Warming up the spine. Round everything. Tuck your chin to your chest. Tuck your toes. Send your hips up. You can work on holding here or movement. Try dropping your heels side to side. Adding a little bit of a twist. A little side body stretch here. Back to the center. Come forward in your plank. We're going to do all that one more time. So you're going to drop your knees. Find a cat-cow. You're dropping your belly, lifting your gaze. Heart's pulling through. And then tuck and roll. Tuck your toes and up we go. Down dog. You can readjust your feet. Get a comfortable stance there. Keep working on holding it, or maybe try lifting one leg up into towards the ceiling and rolling that ankle out. Resetting that one back down. Opposite leg lifts up. Keep pressing your heel like you're holding up a wall behind you. You can roll that ankle out. Good. And both feet come down. Roll back into your plank. This time we're going to set our knees down a little wider, toes together, and sit back into your child's pose. You can rest your chest and your forehead towards the floor. Take a couple breaths there. Good job. You can add a side stretch here where you're walking your hands over to the left. Right hand on top of left, and then press away from the floor. You're pressing your weight into your heels. A deep inhale and exhale here, feeling your ribs expand. And then relax, walk your hands back through the center and over to the other side. Same option here, stack the hands, press the weight into your heels. Big inhale and exhale, expand your ribs, stretch. And then relax, walk your hands back through to the center, reaching your arms forward, spread your fingers wide, and we're going to come on up to a down dog. Good. From your down dog, you can have a big, generous bend in your knees. Try to press your belly on top of your thighs. And then we're going to walk our feet up towards our hands. So we're in a forward fold at the front of our mat. So on this forward fold, take an inhale and just lift up halfway. Your hands can trail up your legs. Try to find length in your spine here, and then fold. You can have a bend in your knees. Let your belly come to your thighs. And then we're going to press away from the floor. Really turn your legs on. Press away as you roll all the way up. As you come to standing, roll your shoulders back. Sweep your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And come on up to your tippy toes for a little balance. Reach everything up. Feel like you're doing an upside down handstand. So you're going to squeeze your legs, squeeze your glutes. Bring your core in and reach up towards the ceiling. And then heels come down, dive forward and fold. Halfway lift again. Finding some length long in the back. And then fold. Generous bend in those knees. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Press away from the floor. Use your legs to roll yourself up. Your shoulders roll back as you come to standing. You're going to sweep your arms up. You're going to grab your right wrist and bend over to the left. So my right might look like my left since the camera's flipped. So just follow along as best you can. Up through to the center, grab the opposite wrist, lift up and bend, press your hip out. And reach up towards the ceiling. Sweep your hands down behind you, interlace them together, pull them down, lift your chest. Soften the knees, we're going to hinge from the hips and fold. Those interlaced hands are reaching up towards the ceiling. You can bend one knee at a time, finding a tiny little twist. Opening your heart up side to side. And then come to stillness. Relax your hands to your low back and then release them to the floor. Generous bend in your knees. Think about pressing away from the floor as you slowly roll up. Use your legs. Coming up to standing. Good. You can readjust if you're not at the front of your mat. We're going to all meet there. Find your balance. We're going to sweep our hands up. And then we're going to sit back into chair pose. So you're going to drop your hips down and back. Try not to overarch or over tuck. Good. Just drop back. You're going to bring your hands together, slide them down to your heart, see if you can drop a little lower. Now we're going to try to find the balance on our left leg. We're going to lift our right heel up towards our bum. Find a little balance and see if you can step it right back behind you so you're in a lunge. Good. Find your balance here. And then we're going to slowly drop that back knee to the ground. You can try to feel a stretch at the front of that back leg by squeezing your glutes. And then we're going to lean forward and twist over that front leg. Keep your back nice and long. Feel your chest opening. And then staying twisted, you're gonna lift that back knee up off the ground. Good, you can stay in a lunge, untwist, both hands come to your mat. Find a little bit of movement in your lunge here, rocking back and forth. If you've got some flexibility, you can even rock back and forth, straightening that front leg completely, then bringing your heart back forward. Try that a few times. Folding over that front leg, and dropping back to your lunge a little deeper. Good. So everyone come back to that low lunge. Squeeze your legs tight together, hover on your fingertips, and then bring your hands all the way up. You're in a high lunge. All right, here comes a little balance. So you can take a bunch of tiny little steps if you need to, or you're gonna press off that back leg and come right up to balancing on one leg. Once you feel steady there, drop your arms out to a T and hug that knee into your chest. And you can roll your right ankle or whatever ankle is lifted. Working on that balance. Gently release the leg, try to keep it lifted. And we're gonna step back into our lunge as slow as we can. Drop your hands down. Step back into your plank. We're gonna go through a little vinyasa. We'll all meet in down dog. You can drop your knees or keep them lifted, lower to the floor, find a little back bend. Cobra or up dog. And we'll all meet in down dog. Pause a moment here in your down dog. Arms are nice and strong. And step, walk, or hop to the front of your mat to a forward fold. Remember to press away from the floor with your feet. We're going to come on up to standing. Arms are going to reach all the way up overhead. Catch your breath here. And then we're going to sit back into our chair. Bring your hands together, slide them down to your heart, sit a little deeper. This time we're going to balance on the opposite leg, so we're going to try to lift our left heel up towards our glutes there. And then slowly step it back. Good control there. Slowly bring that back knee down. Remember, you can engage that left glute. You'll feel it pull up at the front here if you're tight. You're going to lean forward and twist to the outside of that bent leg. So you're twisting away. Back stays nice and long. And we're going to stay twisted, lift that back knee. Looking down at your mat, you can unravel, bring both hands to the floor. And a little bit of movement on this side now, rocking back and forth. You can even bring that front leg all the way straight and deepen into your lunge, bring your chest forward, find a little movement there for a couple breaths. And then we'll all come back to that low lunge. Keep your gaze and your heart forward. Now squeeze your inner thighs together. Come light on the fingertips and see if you can come up nice and steady to a high lunge. Arms overhead. Just like last time, we're either going to come straight up to that balance, or you can press up and lift the left leg up. Once you feel steady there, drop your arms out to your sides and pick that knee up, hug it into your chest. You can roll this ankle. Okay, gently release that leg, keep it lifted. And see with how much control you can start to step it right back into that lunge. And then let's bring our hands down, step back to plank. You can bring your knees down if you'd like, or try chaturanga to up dog. So you'll lower halfway, come on up to up dog. Whatever version you take, we're all gonna meet in down dog. Feel free to wiggle it out a little bit here, loosen your legs up. Good job. Step walk or hop to the front. You're in a forward fold. Generous bend in your knees, let your head go. And we're gonna roll all the way up to standing. Press into all four corners of your feet. Your head comes up last. You can roll your shoulders back and get a little wiggle. Loosen it up. Now we're really gonna test out our balance. So at the front of your mat, you're gonna bring your arms up. Drop into that chair pose so you're sending your hips back. Keep pulling your thumbs and your elbows towards the back of the room. Keep your core tight. Bring your hands together. Slide them down to your heart. Now from here, we're gonna sit our hips back, lean forward a little bit. We're gonna twist to our left. Heart stays open. Finding the balance on that left leg, we're gonna pick up our right heel towards our bum. Now, see if you can work on this balance. Stay twisted and step it right back so you're in a little lunge. Good, all right, you can untwist. Coming to a little lunge, little rocking movement there. And then squeeze your legs together and bring your arms up. Back to our high lunge. See if we've got this down pat yet. You're gonna press off that back foot. Come to a balance. Drop your arms, hug your knee into your chest. Gently release your legs. See if you can keep it lifted. You can either step straight back or try to transition through a warrior three balance where you're leaning forward, kicking the leg out behind you, and then stepping it down. Good, well, find our balance here. High lunge, arms are lifted up. And then drop your hands. Step on back to your plank. Knees up or down. Lower your body to the floor. Lift your chest and your heart up, a little back bend. And then we all meet in down dog. A couple breaths here. Keep pressing away from the floor, arms are long. Look between your thumbs, step, walk, or hop to the front of your mat. And let's roll on up to standing. Find your balance here, and we'll reset for the other side. So you're going to sweep your arms up and drop back in your chair. Hands come together, slide them down your heart, sit a little deeper, lean forward, and we're going to twist to the right this time. So to help your balance, look down at your feet. See if you can get that left heel up towards your bum. And step it back while you stay twisted. Looking down at your mat, you can untwist, bring both hands to the floor. You can find a little movement in your lunge there, get comfy. Good, squeeze your legs together, find your balance, arms come up, high lunge. Keep lifting up from your hips, legs are strong. Arms by your ears. And let's try that balance. This is the last time. Press off that back foot. Once you feel steady, drop your arms and hug everything in. Don't forget to breathe and smile. So release the leg, keep it lifted. You either step it right back into your lunge or try to flow through a little warrior three where you reach your arms forward. Your body's like a big T. It's like bending that front leg, reach it back and bring your arms up. Awesome. Bring your hands down, step back to your plank. We're going to switch it up here. So you're going to bring your knees down. You're going to walk your hands forward, hips stays over the knees, and you're going to drop your chest down into puppy pose. Open up your shoulders. This is a good version of down dog when your arms are getting a little tired. Now keep your arms active. We're going to plant our forearms, drop our hips down to the mat, and come into Sphinx Pose. So we're trying to open our chest up. Feel like you're pulling the mat apart with your hands. It'll activate your shoulders. Your legs are strong. No pinching in your low back. And then rolling yourself down. Plant your hands under your shoulders. You're going to bend your knees, widen them up a little bit, toes touch together, and we're just going to press right back till we land in child's pose and breathe here. Okay, from your child's pose, look between your thumbs. We're going to come into a down dog. So you're reaching those arms forward, sending your hips up. From our down dog, we're going to lift our right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend at the knee. We're going to open the hip up so you can gaze under the lifted leg's armpit. So your right armpit. Try to keep your shoulders even. We're going to find our way to pigeon, but if you want a little bit of a workout first, you're going to bring your gaze forward again, shift your shoulders over your wrist. Try to get that knee to your nose so you're tucking everything in, and then you're going to let your right knee come by your right thumb. So we're finding pigeon on the right side. The back leg straight out behind you. Trying to square your hips forward. Good. First, before going down, try to find a little lift. Keep pulling your right hip back. And then if you'd like to go a little deeper, start to walk everything forward, chest and forehead towards the floor. Or you can stack your fists. If this pose doesn't feel good for you, you can just gently come on out to seated. If not, we're just going to hold here for a couple breaths. Slowly start to bring yourself up to your forearms, and we're going to add a little twist. So we're going to brace ourselves on our forearm on the left. We're going to start to twist ourselves over to that bent front knee and lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Keep your back nice and long, no forcing it in twists. And then gently release. Back to the center. We're gonna lean ourselves onto our right hip, reach back for that leg behind us, and bring it up and over, all the way stepping over that bent front leg. If this is too much for you, that bottom leg can be straight. So we'll add an opposite twist. We're gonna sit up tall, hug the leg in, hook it with our right elbow, sit up tall and look over our left shoulder. Good. Gently take your gaze forward. All right, you can keep hugging in, or if you want to try a quick little arm balance, you're going to lean onto your right hip, the hands bracing behind you, that bottom leg straightening out. Left arm is lifting up. You're going to lean forward so the hand passes on the inside of that bent leg, and see if you can grab that extended foot. There, you can keep working on your flexibility, or if you've got that, hold onto your foot, start to lean your chest towards the ground, and then press into your foot and your hand and see if you can lift your body off the ground. And gently bring it back down. All right. Uncross your legs, wiggle them out in front of you, hands underneath your knees, and just come to laying on your back. And gently let your knees go side to side. You're going to hug your knees into your chest here. You can find a little movement like you're massaging your lower back. And then you're going to start to rock forward and back until you get enough momentum to come to seated. So once you're seated, you can find a little bit of movement, loosening things up, and just take a second to peek at the camera. I'm going to demo the next transition you can try. You're going to keep your ankles crossed. You're going to rock back, get a little momentum, plant your hands, and jump back into your plank. You can try that or just come to plank. But I will do it again if anyone needs to see. So your ankles are crossed, you rock back, hands are braced out in front of you, and kick them back. So feel free to try that or just come to plank. I wish I could see everybody trying to do that, but if we're all in our plank, let's press right back up to down dog. So we're going to lift our left leg up now. Bending it at the knee, opening the hip up. You can look under that left shoulder. And we're going to bring the left leg into pigeon now. If you want a little workout, as you shift your weight forward, try to bring that lifted knee to your nose. Lift everything up, and then gently place the knee down. So we're finding pigeon on the left side. Come out of it if anything pinches. First, try to find a little lift. And then if you'd like to go deeper, you can start to lean yourself forward. And we'll take a few breaths here. And slowly start to walk yourself up to your elbows. We're going to find the twist on the opposite side. So we're going to lift our left hand up this time, reaching it up towards the ceiling. It'll help pull that hip back. Just a reminder, the screen flips all my left and right, so sorry if it's confusing. And then gently come out of that twist. Use your hands to bring yourself back up. You're going to come on to seated on that hip. Reach for the back leg behind you. Sweep it all the way up and over and step it right to the other side. Hug it in close to your body. Hook with your left elbow. Sit up nice and tall and look over your right shoulder. You can come out of the twist looking out first. So you can keep hugging that in, or if you want to try that hand balance on the other side, you're going to lean onto that left hip, let your hand come down to support you. Straightening the bottom leg out. Lean your chest forward, your right hand's going to lift up. Come on the inside of that knee, reach for the foot if you can. Start to lean your chest forward, look for, press into that foot and hand that are on the floor and see if you can lift your body off the ground. Good, you can practice that a couple times, see where you're at, or holding it, or just keep working on that stretch. Gently let it come down, uncross your legs so they're both out in front of you, wiggle them out. And we're gonna drop onto our back. Once more, you can let those knees fall side to side. And then a little stillness here. Plant your feet, palms down at your sides. We're gonna lift our hips off the ground for a little bridge. If you wanna go a little deeper, interlace your hands behind your back. Roll onto the sides of your shoulders. Open your chest and keep lifting the hips up. Press into your feet. Be able to breathe easy here. And let go of your hands, open up your shoulders, roll down one vertebra at a time. Good. We're going to pick up our right knee, hug it into our chest, and extend that lower leg out. So we're going to hold on to our right knee with our left hand, drape it across our body, and go for a gentle twist. No forcing it here. You can take your gaze to the opposite side. Try to have your shoulders and head relaxed on the floor. On your next exhale, use your core to bring yourself back onto your back. We're going to bend the left leg, cross our right ankle over that left knee, interlace your hands under your left thigh, and start to hug everything in. Keep both feet flexed. Feel the stretch on the outside of your hip. And gently release. Untangle your legs. This time we're picking our left knee up, hugging it into your chest. Extend the right leg to the floor and keep holding it here. Let's go for a twist On the other side, so grab it with the opposite hand, drag it up and over across your body, and take your gaze to the other side. On your next exhale, use your core to come onto your back. Bend that bottom leg. You're going to cross the left ankle. Interlace your hands behind your right leg and start to hug everything in. You can release and uncross your legs. This time just grabbing a hold of both knees and drawing big circles on the ceiling. Take your circles in the opposite direction. And then find a little stillness. You're going to start to rock back and forth a little bit until you can bring yourself right back up to a seated position. Good. From here, I like to give a few minutes for you to add in any last poses that your body's looking for today. And make sure to carve out some time for a little relaxation at the end. Even set a timer and just close your eyes for 2 minutes and just try to focus on breathing. But I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me, guys.